In sports, we know home teams win more. Across all sports, no matter what date range, home teams just simply win more. It's not due to just one reason, it's a bunch of small factors that all combined create home field advantage. In this video, I'm going to discuss all those reasons and how we'll apply home field advantage to each NFL team this season. If you're creating your own point spreads or just using mine, both of those options I've discussed how to do in recent videos. You'll know that one of the steps in that process is awarding the home team a bump up in points for home field advantage. Now, for years, the standard NFL home field advantage was 3 points. That gradually declined down to 2.5, which was considered the standard for a while. But over the past 5 years, the average home field advantage has dropped even lower. It's just recently started to trend back up. So, what do we give NFL teams for home field advantage? Well, what we know is we can't use a constant. Home field advantage is different for each home team and each game. But we can create kind of like a baseline number for each team and then adjust it up or down slightly depending on the circumstances surrounding the game. I've already figured out the home field advantage for each team in the NFL. It will be available with my power ratings in the NFL Power Packet, but it's important to understand that home field advantage can change week to week depending on certain situations. So I still want to go over what impacts home field advantage the most. And there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to home field advantage. Not every team shows like a huge spike in performance at home compared to on the road. So just because a team plays really good for a few years, that doesn't mean that team all of a sudden has an increased home field advantage. It means they're a good team, home and away. The Seattle Seahawks are probably the best example of this. That Legion of Boom era, it created like this whole 12th man thing where Seattle was a tough place to play. They were a good team for a while, yes, but there's nothing that shows them having an advantage at home. They have actually below league average home field edge, and they've been one of the worst against the spread teams at home in recent years. And I don't really want to dive too deep into how home field advantage is calculated or determined, but in simple terms, it's taking a team's average strength or their average performance and what it would be versus certain teams. So you have a team's average performance, their expected performance, and then their actual performance. The home team's difference between their expected performance and their actual performance is their home field advantage. And like I said, I've already done this for every team stadium, but I want to discuss how we would adjust it game to game based on certain factors. Like one of the biggest, most obvious factors within home field advantage is geographical location and the weather elements native to that stadium. I don't have to explain that the Northeast gets cold and snowy in the winter months, but teams who have stadiums there would deserve a bump up in home field advantage when a team like Miami or, say, Jacksonville has to travel there to play, or like a dome team. The home team is more familiar playing on those conditions. First Energy Stadium